last day here in Cornwall. And on the way home, I'm stopping off at Tintagel. Always want to explore this place, you know, home of the Arthurian myth. Apparently this was the island where Arthur was conceived, apparently, according to legend. So it's a bit windy, it has stopped raining for 5 minutes. The rain has blighted this trip, but you know, we power through, and at the end of the day is only water. So that's where we're going to be heading. Going to be going across that bridge and find the main ruins, etc. We're currently in the upper main courtyard. This wall collapsed into the sea a few years ago and has been rebuilt. But as you can see, typical Cornwall, amazing coastline. Is it as good as Pembrokeshire or Northern Ireland? I'll leave that for you to decide. Okay, what you see in front of you is the Camelot Castle Hotel, and it was opened in 1899. And the village you see back there in the distance wasn't always called Tintagel. It was originally called Trevenna, and it's been influenced by the castle since this was built around the 1230s. Right, I'm at the top of the headland, and there are loads of buildings, ruins of buildings up here. Most of these were excavated in the 1930s, and they all date back to when this was a settlement in the Dark Ages. Now, I personally don't like the term Dark Ages. It kind of suggests that nothing happened, but the reason it's called that is because there's very few historical written records surviving from that period of time. It's mainly oral traditions, so spoken word, passed down from generation to generation. The Romans left in the 4th century AD. Pretty much nothing was recorded for a little while, as all the former parts of the empire just struggled to rebuild their identities and go from there. But yeah, this was apparently an important Dark Age settlement called Dumnonia. So you can pronounce that right. I'm trying to read it off the plaque below me. And there was over 100 of these across this headland. So yeah, a pretty big, substantial site. Oh yeah, I forgot to add that historians like myself, don't you know, I'm a qualified historian and archaeologist. Never used a degree though, unfortunately, but we prefer to use the term early Middle Ages. That means that there was still learning, there was still development and craft and culture, etc. It just wasn't recorded that well. So there you go, early Middle Ages is the official term for it, not the Dark Ages. Here we are at the top, and there's the statue of Gallos as he stands at the headland, looking back towards Tintagel. Okay, give you a tour of the chapel, which has a rumoured history in storytelling. king not knowing that his wife is having an affair. They're getting away with it. Medieval infidelity. Who would have thought it? So this is the remains of a chapel. If you want to read up on the history of that, there's a title card coming up, well, a photo coming up now, which you can pause at your leisure. But basically one monk was here on the orders of like the landowner. One of the dukes would come and visit, or the Black Prince. Never did, so he gave up and left. So that's the old altar. Yeah, lots and lots of history here, guys. Definitely glad I've come. Making our way back down. I'm sure that's part of the song. The views up there though are just amazing. As I just said, it's well worth the trip. Weather's holding it for now, no rain, thankfully. But yeah. Just came down this set of very sketchy stairs. All part of the fun, innit? Correct me if I'm wrong, YouTube, but I believe that is Merlin's Cave. I believe it is accessible during low tide, but obviously at the moment that ain't happening. We could get down onto the rocky shoreline down there, but I didn't want to fancy it because I bought some stuff, including the gallows statue. Gotta be done. Right, so there we have it. That's the end of my Cornwall adventure. Thanks for sticking around if you made it through all the videos. I'm currently in Boscastle. I went to the Witchcraft Museum, apparently the largest witchcraft museum in the UK. Yeah, it was an interesting experience. I mean, I love that kind of thing, anything to do with the occult, black magic, anything witchcraft. That's my bag entirely. Wasn't allowed to film inside. They got set rules, no flash photography, etc. Just got some stills, but if you're in the area, definitely check it out. Rather than me ramble on, here's some nice coastal photography that I just shot in the harbour as a nice alternate background to me droning on and staring at my face. You may be wondering what were my thoughts on the Jamaica Inn that third night. Sadly, nothing happened. Again, I had another rough night's sleep. I had trouble dropping off, and it was just tossing and turning all night. I was hoping that there would be a thunderstorm, which is forecast, and I had a room which had a balcony so I could look out, and I was hoping to film some decent thunderstorm action, but no, it wasn't to be. But paranormal wise, no, nothing happened. Did I buy anything from the Jamaica Inn shop? No, I wanted to. It's been like 6 years since I was last year, or 5 years, something like that. But they don't open until 10. But every day this week I've been out by 9:30 at the latest, so that's a bit of a bummer, but never mind, saved a few pounds. But that's enough of me rambling on. Hope you've enjoyed the coastal scenery and all my ventures in between. So thanks for watching, stay tuned for more.